Yo,
Yo,
Yo, what's good, boys?
all
Boys
good,
are
how are you
man.
back.
doing?
The boys are back in town.
Finally, yeah, all three.
And,
Yeah, I'm all good, man. Just technical problems
Fresh
today.
home.
Just having one of those mornings.
yeah,
Yeah, no, I hear that. How was your trip?
Sick, man. Yeah, Rome was really good. I was just telling LB before. It's like, because it's so, because the buildings are so sick there. Obviously, you see them on video and pictures and everything, but it just never does it justice until you're actually walking around in the Colosseum, in the Vatican City and everything. It was
Hmm.
crazy to see. And then the food was amazing too. So
Yeah,
yeah, real nice trip. I was only there 3 nights, so it was kind of short. But I feel like with 3 nights, you've still got enough time to get a lot done. So it was a lot of like walking around, seeing stuff, just having nice food, and then chilling after that. So yeah, it was real good. Have you been before?
yeah, I've been once. I think it was last year, last summer. It
Mm.
was crazy hot,
A few
but it
people have
was a
said
good
that.
time.
Yeah,
I
it was
didn't
mad
know
hot when
that
I
the
was there. To
Vatican
be
was
fair,
actually its own, pretty much like its own country.
yeah, isn't it? They've got like completely separate rules to everyone
yeah,
else.
Yeah, it's nuts.
I, I think there's a mad delay,
yeah,
by the way. I think when I say something, you boys are hearing me like 10 seconds
I
Yeah,
know.
after.
yeah, no, for
Yeah,
sure.
it's like on
We'll
when
try and
like
make
you're
it
watching
work.
the news and they're interviewing someone from the other side of the country and it takes them like half a minute to reply.
Yeah, but my laugh is like after you've said the next line. You haven't even said the joke.
Yeah. Oh man, this is gonna go. This is gonna be a tricky one today.
Yeah,
Fuck. We'll try and make it work though. I'll
But
just not
yeah,
speak for most of it.
should we?
how's the
Should we just
yeah
keep trying to run it?
I think so.
yeah? I was gonna say how's the bundle going?
All right, man. I'm got the analog lab bank ready. I've got the one shot kit ready.
That was like 20
Got.
seconds.
I just keep chatting. We'll figure it out after. So yeah, analog lab bank's ready. One shot kit is ready.
Yeah.
The drum kit is almost there. The course is almost there. The loop kit is there. So yeah, it's coming along nicely. I think. Still got a bit to do on the drum kit. That's like the main focus at the moment, and then some more course modules to do. But yeah, it's coming along, man. We're on track anyway.
Mm. Yeah, that sounds good, man. Yeah. Well, I didn't ask you before, but what are you doing for the course? Like you said, you're doing like a video course for it. Is it just like an in depth like boom bap, how to make a boom bap style beat, or like what's going to be on that side of it?
Yeah, it's a boom bap one. So there's like a whole beat from scratch broken into like 8 different videos, just covering like each aspect, and then I'm gonna do some extra videos as well, like one video for sampling, so like sampled boom bap, and then a separate video for just like old school underground boom bap. So the main like one is more, I guess, more modern boom bap, like I guess cleaner drums, but then I'll do like an underground one where it's like dirtier, like grimy drums, and then a sample one as well. Just want to try and cover as much as possible without making it like a one of those huge courses. Like my drill course, for example, there's so many videos in that, and I feel like I don't know. Sometimes those courses that are so big are quite hard to digest. Like you might buy a course and then you see the 60 hours of footage, and it's like, man, I've got 60 hours to get through. Whereas sometimes if you just pack
Yeah.
everything into a couple hours, it's just easier, isn't it? And if the price isn't high, it's like a no brainer at that point. 'Cause it's like, I'm gonna watch it. I haven't spent much on it. I'm getting all these other sounds with it anyway, so I feel like it. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how it performs because it's different to drill, obviously, and I haven't really done a mini course like that before. But I think I've got high
Mm.
hopes because it's going to be cheap. Like it's not going to be like a full course. It'll just be like my last bundle prices, maybe starting around like $50 or
Yep.
something. So for like a course and all the other kits, it's like you can't really argue with $50, can you?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, I hear that. That makes sense.
Yeah.
What about you boys? What you been working on?
I'm sure I'll do well. Got you go ahead, Ocean.
I was just been playing around with the MPC this week, trying to get used to that. So I'm going to do a video on it, basically trying to learn it and start making beats with it. So yesterday, and the day before, I just spent probably like most of the day figuring it out. And I think I understand the workflow. I just need to figure out how to make good beats on it. That's all.
Which NPC is it? Is it the latest
Yeah.
one?
Yeah, learning curve, but it's a cool machine. It's the MPC Live 2. So it's the one that's more like a rectangle.
Oh, okay, okay. Is it one that you do everything on the NPC itself, or do you connect it
It
to
might be a few
your
years old
DAW?
now. You cut out for me. What'd you say?
Is it something where, like, because I've only really used one NPC before. Is it an NPC where you do everything on the actual NPC? Or is it like the machine, you know, the native instruments where you connect it and then use your DAW with it? Or is everything just done on the NPC? Like you load all your samples in there, chop up, all your drums are on there, and you don't even open your DAW?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, you can pretty much do everything in the MPC. You don't have to go on your door to do anything really, unless you wanted to mix it properly or maybe do something like because in MPC you can't use third-party plugins, so I couldn't put up like a shaper box or something like that, or not that I
Right.
know of anyway. So if I wanted to do something crazy like that, I'd probably have to like export the stem and put it in my door. But apart from that, nah, you can do literally you can make the whole beat in there, which is cool.
So I guess it's
You
almost
can make
like learning
melodies
a
in
whole
there
new DAW,
too.
isn't it?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Doesn't have to be all samples.
I think I saw Honorable Cino using just that to make a beat as well.
You both went at the same time.
Yeah, but God,
What
you
was
go,
you
Jay.
saying, LB?
Oh, okay. No, I was gonna say, I think I saw Honorable Cino cooking up with cooking up with the one that you've got on when Genius used to do the deconstructed videos. I think he broke down a Trippy Red and 21 Savage song, and I think he strictly used the same one that you have to make the beat. I think he just used
Oh,
that
that's sick.
like strictly. Yeah, it was quite cool.
Nice. Yeah, I
I
definitely
see
want to
quite a
get
few
to that
people getting
level
into it now.
of making something good, just like right off the MPC, because it's a different kind of workflow, but it's cool. It's nice that it's just at your fingertips. But I'm not gonna lie, I do love cooking up in Logic as well. I actually enjoy it, like just opening it up, having a blank canvas, and just creating whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah, when I did
But
that
yeah, it's
session with Jack,
just another
where we were using the
creative
MPC,
way.
I found it like quite stressful to actually learn the workflow because it's like even just doing something
Yeah.
basic that you could do in 2 seconds in your usual DAW, you'd be figuring out or having to like Google it and see like what the shortcut is to actually do that. Just something as simple as like copying a pattern or structuring a beat. It's like, yeah, you've got to learn everything. So it took forever to make just one beat. But I guess if you get into the workflow and you actually learn it properly, then it's kind of fun because it's just more hands-on, isn't it? So you come up with patterns that you might not usually come up with in Logic.
Yeah,
yeah,
for sure, for sure. I think yeah, you kind of have to really like say to yourself, yeah, I'm gonna sit down and do this for X amount of hours, and then it will
yeah,
come. But when I like first got it and I turned it on and I looked at it, I didn't really know where to begin, and so I just left it to the side for maybe two months or something until I knew that I would have time to really figure it out.
That's what I've done with the machine. I've got
yeah.
that Native Instruments
Yeah,
Machine
it's tricky.
Plus, where it's
It's like
just
it's
like
almost
you don't
like
have to connect it to a
I
door
feel
or
like when you
anything.
first start doing
And
music.
done the same thing. I haven't even used it yet.
Yeah, yeah, it's tricky. I feel like when when you first start doing music, you're so excited to learn that you find your door, like you found Logic, we found FL, and you just like kind of stick at it for basically for as long as it takes. But when you kind of figure that out, and then you like something new comes along, like or like you want to just try a different way, you really have to go back into that zone of like being a newbie again, and because it takes probably about the same amount of time to learn as the other one, but in your head because you already know one door, you're just like, I should be able to figure this out quickly, but it's never the case, is it? It always takes longer. and yeah, it's getting back into that
Yeah.
learning mode again.
I'd like to
For
try
real.
the original NPC to see how people started. Because that one looks tough, man.
Oh
It's
yeah.
like just using even just drum samples. I think they were on a floppy disk, right, or something like that. So even just that,
Yeah.
Yeah,
just having
I think
probably like
Jack still
two
uses
kicks on
that.
there. Oh, does he?
I think
yeah,
he actually prefers it because there's less options, so you're way more restricted.
Hmm.
yeah, that makes
I could
sense.
see that.
Yeah,
Whereas like the new one is you got this the whole screen there and everything. You got plug it like its own what's the word native plugins within it.
And people say there's
what
a
does it have
different
in it?
sound
What
as well.
plugins does it
People
have?
say the older one gives you a like crunchier drums, but I don't know if that is a thing or if it's just like when people say the older versions of FL hit harder. Do you know what I mean?
Mm,
But it might do with the old
yeah,
MPC because I guess like the old machines, the technology wasn't really there, was it? So maybe because the quality isn't there. Because sometimes you can like downsample drums to get them sounding crunchy, can't you? You can use plugins like Decimalt, for example, and actually like make the quality shit just to
Yeah,
make give it some like saturation and distortion. So maybe it just has that like inbuilt without even intentionally doing it.
yeah,
that would be a good test to be honest. Maybe like MPC from 90s versus new MPC. What sounds
Mm,
better, and kind of
yeah.
testing the two different ones to see what actually sounds better. Maybe like a blind test as well. Can you hear the difference? Which one is actually
yeah,
sounding nicer?
Yeah, that would be sick. It's a good
yeah,
video
definitely.
concept.
Yeah, yeah. What's new with everyone, man? I feel like now the Drake and Kendrick beefs kind of died down. What's the new? What's in the news? What's the topics to talk that we can talk about today?
Man, all I'm seeing, I can't lie, is just hella Diddy stuff all
Oh
over
yeah, of
my
course.
timeline.
Oh, 50 Cent with the documentary being sold
Yeah,
to Netflix.
I
He's
I saw
Crazy,
crazy.
that
man.
yesterday. Yeah, he won the bid for it,
Oh
didn't
no,
he? He's gonna absolutely
Yeah,
torch
well,
that
it.
is
yeah,
insane.
Netflix won the bid. I think a few different companies were bidding for his documentary, and then Netflix won the bid. So I know they paid a lot of money because they probably know that,
Yeah,
like, it's 50 Cent, isn't it? So he's gonna promote that better than anyone. Like, everyone's
Yeah,
gonna
hmm
tune into the 50 Cent documentary compared to just some, I don't know, maybe just someone else who's made some documentaries in the past but isn't as well connected to the hip hop scene like that. Everyone's gonna watch it
yeah,
because it's Diddy's. I mean,
100%.
because it's 50 Cent's documentary.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm excited for that. That's gonna be
that's
funny.
gonna be crazy when it drops.
Yeah.
I
Did
bet
you see
P
the
Diddy
video he
is
posted
shitting himself.
of the CCTV stuff? Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh
Yeah, man,
yeah,
someone showed it to me.
his apology or the actual CCTV footage.
No, yeah, the actual CC. So like 50 Cent shared it of him going from
50
running
Cent shared it.
yeah, on his Instagram. He's running down a corridor with
Oh
like just a
shit.
towel on, and then Cassie's at the elevator trying to
Yeah,
get
I saw
away.
that one.
Yeah,
Mm,
and then he just yanks her over, kicks her, and then drags her away tries to drag her down the corridor.
Yeah, it's a bit
Yeah,
fucked up.
yeah,
yeah,
proper fucked up, man. I think
yeah,
like now that everyone's seen that, anyone who had doubts about him doing what he's been accused of is probably now thinking, yeah, he did all of that shit.
Yeah.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Once the evidence comes out, it's kind of hard to. How can you even backtrack that? There's nothing you can really say at that point,
Yeah,
Nah,
yeah,
because
definitely. And
that's
even if
just
even
you
if
one piece
like,
of footage
apologize.
as well.
even if yeah, even if like one
True. If
accusation,
another piece comes out, I think surely that's got to be the end, right? There's no
surely,
coming back from that.
yeah,
You'd think so.
definitely. You'd think like after one accusation as well, even if some of the accusations weren't true, because like all the other ones of like all the other proof, like all the other CCTV footage has come out. Like I feel like you're just gonna get fucked after that. Like anything's gonna go then. Like free game.
Yeah. Well, when his house got raided, apparently it was for footage, wasn't it? You know, and that picture came out of like all the police there and loads of different agents. Like it looked like it wasn't just the police, it was like FBI and who knows, probably some like private investigators as well. It looked like everyone was there, but then people were saying everyone was there to get footage, because one thing that was going around as a rumor was like people were like, obviously all the rich people that had been to those parties and are probably at risk because that stuff came out about him having videos from like all the rooms, like CCTVs and like all the rooms, like hidden cameras. I bet all the rich people who had been to those parties, obviously they want that footage taken away, don't they? So they might have hired
Yeah.
people to go and collect that footage so that they don't get they don't get anything leaked, if that makes sense. So it's like, how many different people have
Yeah.
sent people to the house to try and get that footage? So imagine he's just got cameras hidden in every single room. Like there would have been all sorts going on in that house, man. Everyone's
I bet
bum
there's
is
so much that
squeaking
we
at the
just don't know
moment.
about. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
Yeah, it's kind of
It's
fucked,
crazy
man.
though that it's just coming out now, you know, after all these many years of being on top. Why now?
Yeah.
yeah. What was the thing that started it? I can't
Yeah,
remember when
that's...
it. That what was the thing that triggered it all? Now.
Can't remember
Wasn't
either.
it? Wasn't it? It was either the Cassie thing, like the domestic abuse against Cassie. I think she came out and did something, or
Mm.
I don't know who leaked it, but there's something about his parties, but I don't know why they leaked it. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not too
I
sure
think there's
either.
been rumors about his parties for years, and like a lot of
Yeah.
accusations, but nothing ever really happened. But we've seen from that CCTV footage that he was obviously paying people off. Like, I don't know if this was confirmed, but apparently he paid like 50K for that footage for the hotel or wherever it was to not release it, or for him to just get the footage. So I don't know if that footage was found in the house when they went through everything, or I don't know. But yeah, I can't remember what sparked it, because there was rumors for years that some mad parties were going on. But yeah, I can't remember what was the thing like
Yeah.
over the past year or so that actually triggered everything again.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't remember either. I'm not too sure what was the first one.
Yeah.
But he must have pissed someone off or a group of people off for everyone to, for it, like, you know, when it rains, it's pouring now,
Yeah,
you know, like
yeah.
accusations from everyone and anyone coming all over the place.
And it would be
Yeah.
mad to see like
Yeah, what a
what
mess.
what other people were doing fucked up shit as well. It's kind of like the Epstein Island stuff, you know, when it comes out with the list of people who were going to those
Yeah.
parties. Obviously, those ones might have been different, but a similar thing where it's like, all right, who's been going to the Diddy parties and what were they getting up to? Like, who knows, man? There'd be a list
Yeah,
of wild
Because there's
shit that was
so
going on.
many like big guys in there, like Meek Mill, Rick Ross. Who else? I think even Usher had something to do with some of them. Trey Songz, Kevin Hart was there. I remember seeing like those videos of him like emceeing on the like to the camera, going around talking to people.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, fucking
gigs, spending
tons of
time
guys.
there. But people could have just been going for a
Yeah,
party. Like,
did you hear
who
that
knows, man?
gigs the gigs Diddy song?
that
Yeah,
song was
yeah.
so
Them
bad.
two put out something together, didn't they? Oh, you didn't like it?
Yeah,
Gigs was okay, but what was P Diddy? What was he there for? Like, what was the point of him being in that song? He was so bad.
he was just repeating Black King Gods. Remember that?
Yeah, King
Oh
God.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like DJ Khaled style, but
Yeah,
worse.
so random,
I thought
so
Giggs' verse
random.
was pretty solid in that though. And at the time, I thought it was a sick move for Giggs,
Yeah,
because
that was
obviously this
okay.
was before I knew everything about Diddy like that. So I thought, oh, that's sick for the UK that Giggs is linking up with Diddy.
Yeah,
It was just bad timing though, because then straight after that,
Yeah,
it all came crumbling down. But
yeah,
like the bad Diddy stuff aside, if it was just like, if he wasn't that guy, then it would have been a good move for the UK, right? With like Giggs linking up with him,
yeah, hundred
because
percent.
like
Before
you put all
before
the
all the allegations, if Diddy invited you to a party, you're
mm.
probably going, man. 100%.
Yeah, of course.
But
Of
now we know.
course. Just not now.
yeah.
Yeah.
What would you do though if
What would you
like
do if
you're a
Diddy asked for a
producer
beat? If
and
he
you
wanted
go,
to do an apology record and he asked for a beat, would you sell it to him?
what
I
are the
don't.
exclusives
The,
price
the,
be? It's
the
got to be
bag would
like
have to be
100 G's.
humongous, man.
Yeah,
We just sell a lease at least, just a $99 lease.
Non-exclusive. But yeah, what would you do though if you were like
I
a
don't know.
producer
Yeah,
up and coming, and then P Diddy's like, "Oh, I'm gonna have you over. I want you to be want you to be my go-to producer." And then like you start going to his parties and sessions and stuff, and then you see all this weird shit happening, and like it's like, yeah, you want to be my producer, you gotta do this, you gotta like suck me off or something.
what the fuck?
But you know that I'm not gonna lie. Like I've heard from other artists about weird stuff like this before, but I always was a bit naive and didn't really believe it. But I've heard
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
similar kinds of stories.
Yeah,
I guess it's
So
hard to
yeah,
know what to believe these days,
maybe
isn't it? Because it's like I don't know.
exactly because
Especially with
and
social
honestly,
media,
sometimes the
everyone's
stories
posting
sound a
stuff.
bit far fetched.
Yeah, that's it. And it's like, whose sources are reliable? Because everyone posts about stuff or just comments on things, but if you're not actually around those people, like, how do you actually know for sure? Like, we obviously know that Diddy was up to some shit now because we've seen the footage and there's enough allegations. But when it's just people kind of spreading rumors online, it's like, I don't know. Do we just take that with a pinch of salt and be like, right, do we actually know if that's true or not?
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. It's tough.
What else has been happening in terms of music? Has there been
I've seen
a
Lil
lot of new
Baby.
music out?
It's just in the UK doing a
Oh,
song with
really?
Central C. I think that's coming out today. I think that'll be big. That's like a good link up for UK and US.
Oh, sick.
True. He just
Mm-hmm.
dropped a good freestyle as well. Central C.
Central C. Yeah, I
Oh
saw
yeah, he
that.
It was
sent
like that
a.
grime
It was
inspired beat.
basically a Digga
Yeah,
D diss
was
track,
that
wasn't it?
him?
Pretty much.
Was it?
Didn't
Oh,
you
I didn't
clock it?
realize.
Yeah, there was like
Same.
He
not
took.
like he didn't say his name, but there's like a lot of subliminals in there. And if you listen to like what he's saying, there's videos of people breaking it down. I mean, they could be reaching, but from what most people have like broken down, it sounds like it's a straight up diss track against like Diggy D, or just letting him know just everything he's saying.
Mm,
Because they've got a long history, don't they? They've got like this like they've had like beef for years, really. I think Central C's brother was stabbed by um don't know if it was Digga D or someone from like his side. So they've just had like a long feud, but I don't know like the full history of it. But yeah, listen to that track again and keep that in mind, and you'll know what I mean when he starts saying stuff. There's a lot of subliminals in there about him,
Yeah.
yeah.
even from like
Mm,
Fair.
yeah. I'll send you the clip I watched and you'll see. But that's what everyone was talking about anyway. Everyone was basically saying it was a Digga D diss track. But he's locked up right now, isn't he? So it's not like he can come back.
yeah. Yeah, that's true. Have you heard?
Would that be interesting if there was a Diggity response?
Yeah, some
Yeah,
UK beef
100%.
as well as America now. Have you guys heard Chip's one?
Yeah,
Chip did a freestyle like a few days after Central C dropped.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I
He's
heard that
sick,
one as
man.
well. That
Chip's
was
so
good.
Yeah, that
sick.
was good. Hmm. I wish he'd dropped that song. I wish he had dropped that song that we did, or at least one of them,
With you two.
because I thought they were both. I thought they were both hard. Yeah, yeah, they
Yeah,
were
that
good
would have been
songs.
sick. To be honest, I thought it was a vibe that I thought would have been on his newest mixtape.
Yeah,
But I know he records a lot of music. He's sitting on hundreds of tracks.
How
And
much
I
do you
guess you
think he
know it's
actually
like with
records?
artists, they kind of
Did he
they
say?
favor their newest ones the most.
Mm.
yeah.
Like,
Would
did
you
he say
say?
how much he put? Did he say how many tracks he actually records when he's working on a project?
No, but the way how he labels his songs. So once you finish a song, he will tell you a number, and that's like
Hmm.
the number that he's sitting on basically. So it's like
Right.
song 81, 82, 83, 84.
Oh, that's mad.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah.
So he's got just albums just sitting there, lost tapes.
Yeah, he's got tons of tracks.
Mm-hmm. Do you reckon like
Do you think
he'll actually do
he's?
anything with them ever? You know,
I was
like
gonna.
go on, sorry, Jay.
What'd you say?
I was just gonna say, do you think he's the best we've had in the UK in terms of like been around for so many years and always kind of been relevant? Because there's like there might be artists that you think are just a better rapper from your personal taste, but in terms of kind of like a legendary status, who like if it's not him, who do you think would be up there? Who's just been around for years, done a lot for the
I think
UK,
he's definitely
a
up
sick
there.
rapper.
Top five for sure.
I definitely think he's up there. I think as well, because he's not even that old, he's still
Mm,
relatively young. So we don't really see him as like, I mean, we do, but we don't see him as like an OG because he's still kind of young. I really think another 5, 10 years, people are gonna realize that Chip is an absolute legend of legends in the UK
Yeah, hundred
yeah,
because he's
percent.
been in the game already for more than probably more than 15, probably close to like 20 years, really.
yeah. Because when grime
And
Yeah,
he was
like
definitely one of the
first
first
came
artists
about,
to really pop off in the US.
yeah, that's true as well. Because yeah, I was gonna say when grime first came out, and you see like a lot of the older spitting, he was always in the videos as a little kid spitting. Like he'd be like the young kid that was just sick. So just
Yeah,
to see him like from that, even
yeah,
back then being on that level to now still being young and still killing it. Like he's still got so much in the tank. So like you said, and fast forward like 5 or 10 years, people will see like this huge legacies left.
yeah,
yeah, definitely.
definitely. I think time will definitely finally give him the flowers that he deserves.
Hmm.
Yeah, I feel
Yeah,
like
for sure.
he's never really had that kind of shine like Skepta and Gigs and them not have, but he's been holding it down just as strong, if not more, because I feel like he puts out way more than they do, just in terms of like with smaller artists and um putting out his own projects and freestyles and stuff like that.
He's had some commercial hits, but yeah, I know what you mean. He didn't have that worldwide shine like Skepta and even like Stormzy, for example.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't know. In fact, maybe don't know if I'd say Stormzy, but yeah, especially
Well,
like
he had
Skepta.
that. I guess he had his
I'd say
first
like
initial
when he
run.
had the song with Chris Brown,
Yeah, like he had that
True.
that early like 2000 and
that
2009 through
that was like
2012 or whatever. Like that was a good run.
yeah, that run there, he kind of went worldwide. He was in the US doing his thing. That
Hmm.
song
Yeah,
with Chris Brown was huge,
yeah, that was
Champion,
massive.
and the song with there's a couple of songs on that album. I can't remember what the album is called that were really big.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I think that
What
was his
about
like
Daffy
big
as
big
well? Do you
run.
think he'd
But yeah,
fall
I
under
feel
that
like
same category of like
he
legendary
deserves to have
status?
had bigger.
I don't
I
think
guess
people
so.
appreciate him as a legend.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I think. I mean, he was
not as
like
much.
he was on top at one point in terms of like commercial hits and everything, and he is actually a sick artist. I
Yeah,
think I think a lot of people didn't respect
Yeah,
him because of like the commercial songs, but people were forgetting like how sick he actually
yeah,
was as a rapper and as an artist. I think it would be one of those things where
yeah,
it would be like, if he died, then everyone would be posting, Dappy was the best the UK ever had. Like everyone will start giving him his
yeah.
flowers then, but it would be
mm,
when it's too late.
yeah.
Definitely.
He definitely. I think Dappy is sick. I'm just wondering, like, what is it? Why do people not see him as a legend? Is it just because he was too commercial and people don't rate that? I don't know.
I guess he had that kind of not in a harsh way, but just like that corny kind of vibe to some of his songs. Like they were very poppy, aimed at like a really broad target audience,
Yeah,
mainstream.
even that is a huge. It's like a huge thing within itself, but I guess culturally, because it doesn't really like make a huge impact, then people don't really respect it as much. Maybe
Yeah, yeah, it's a
because the
tough
same
one.
thing
Cut
you
off
could
then,
say the
my
same
bad.
thing about Tiny Temper as well.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
Huge
Tiny
commercial
Temper.
success, massive commercial success, probably like one of the most successful at the time. But no one really looks at Tiny Temper and like and says as well like he's a legend.
Yeah,
Yeah. I wonder what
Yeah, that's
takes
true.
what it takes to have a legendary status then. Like, do you have to be constantly dropping music? Like, is it a number of albums that you've got out? Like, what actually defines a legend? I know they talk about that a lot on the Drinks Champs podcast, if you still listen to that. But it always gets me thinking as well, like, what actually defines a legend? Because sometimes we throw the word out and be like, yeah, he's a legend, but what actually is a legend? It seems to me like it's something to do with, like, the
I think,
quality of your art and the duration as well. Or maybe the impact you've had.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say. The impact.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like the cultural impact, I guess. But then you can have a cultural impact in that
Yeah,
moment, but it might not last for that long as well. So that's the other thing. Like you can change the game for a
and
little
I
bit.
think you could have cultural impact without commercial success and still be a legend.
Yeah,
Whereas, like,
definitely.
if it's the other way around, you have huge commercial success, but not really much cultural impact. You're just seen
yeah,
as perhaps an industry plant, or along that kind of perspective, then maybe you're not going to be seen as a legend.
yeah,
Because you could say that JME is a UK legend because he was one of like the
Yeah.
OGs of grime, part of Boy Better Know, like everything he did in grime. But then he didn't really get that worldwide success. So then would everyone class him as a legend?
yeah.
Hmm.
Like to me, I feel like he's a UK legend, but
I think he would be seen more as a legend,
mm,
In
for
the UK
sure.
for sure. What about Dizzy Rascal?
yeah, yeah.
Dizzy Rascal, I think people see him as a legend, especially, but I think people see him as a legend, especially because of his first. I think he done the first ever grime album.
Yeah,
Right.
and to
That
get
Boy in the
that
Corner, I
amount of
think it was the
success
first
from it.
grime album, and he produced it as well.
Oh, did
Wow.
he
Yeah,
produce that whole album?
yeah. I think he made the beats for everything.
Oh shit, I didn't actually know
Damn.
that. Yeah, I think in the UK for sure he's known as a legend. You know, I was watching speaking of Drinks Champs podcast, I was watching Danny Brown being interviewed on there. I don't know if you listened to Danny Brown
Hmm.
from Detroit. He's actually sick, but he was saying that he was inspired by Dizzy Rascal growing up, which was cool to see because you don't
Oh,
see many
really?
like US people like say stuff like that. But yeah, he was saying when he was getting into it because Danny Brown's
Hmm.
style is so like unorthodox and it's like a bit different to what everyone else is doing. But he said he was really inspired by Dizzy Rascal because Dizzy Rascal was kind of spitting on electronic beats in a way, and it was something that he hadn't heard. So then it got him thinking that he
Hmm.
doesn't just have to do those like typical hip hop beats. He can go out there and do his own thing. So that was kind of sick to hear.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
that's kind of
cool.
cool.
You never really hear that.
Mm.
Nah.
All right,
Yeah, that's kind of
so
cool.
quick question: since you guys listen to Drink Tramps, what would you prefer, loyalty or respect? They always ask this
Mm.
question.
Yeah, it's a good question. Loyalty or respect? I'd say maybe, I don't know. I'm leaning more towards loyalty. I feel like you do need both, but I don't know actually, because then you need respect to have loyalty. I don't know. They go so hand in hand. It's like tough to just pick one.
I was gonna
Mm.
say that they go hand in hand. Uh,
Yeah, literally.
yeah, that's a tough one.
But if I had to pick one, man, I don't know. I'm leaning more towards loyalty because you can respect someone like in a moment, but
Hmm.
loyalty just feels stronger. Loyalty feels like it's there for the long run.
Yeah, yeah,
Whereas like respect, you can just show someone respect on that one day, but it doesn't mean you're loyal to them. But if someone's loyal to you, it means
Yeah,
they're gonna respect you regardless. And if it's just a deeper level of respect, I feel like.
yeah.
I always love to see people's responses on that podcast. People trying to break it down and take it in a direction and stuff. It's interesting.
What's your answer?
Yeah,
For me, it's loyalty.
Mm-hmm.
For someone to be loyal to you, I think, yeah, that's like a huge sign of respect. But also, like, I can respect someone but not be loyal to them. But how can
Yeah.
you be loyal to someone and not have some sort of respect? But also, I just feel like loyalty is rare.
Yeah.
mm.
I respect very loads and loads of people, but loyalty is like that's almost like only family is loyal to you, and even then, maybe
Yeah,
not.
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, that's quite a
100%.
big one. Yeah,
He
I
has some
agree,
good
man.
questions. The quick time with slime. I'm trying to find them to put it up.
Oh, like comparing artists and
Yeah.
people. Yeah, he does always come up with some good ones, and he always tailors them towards the guest as well, doesn't he? Like when he was interviewing Danny Brown, I think he was asking him about like ODB and Bismarcky, or just people that obviously Danny Brown would fuck with both of them. But yeah,
Hmm.
he kind of gets you thinking. But I'll throw some out there for you. Um, quick time of slam. We need some shots, don't we? We need a drink just in case we can't pick one. But let's say, all right, Nas or Jay Z.
For me, Jay Z. For you
I
guys,
don't even know.
I'm gonna say Nas.
Yeah, I'd say Nas. Yeah. I don't know.
you could
Nah,
say
Jay Z.
both.
Ooh, he's turned around. What
Turned it.
caused the
Yeah, just
turn?
because I'm thinking of like what I grew up on, and it was mainly Jay Z. Like there's like one or two Nas songs that I remember from childhood, but it was yeah. There's a lot more Jay Z songs that I remember.
Hmm.
Jay Z's definitely got the bigger
It's the only
hits,
reason though.
but yeah, I think I just grew up on Nas more from like my
Yeah,
brother having his albums and just playing them non-stop in the house. So I think I just grew up on more Nas than Jay Z.
yeah,
And I don't know, I almost just like Nas as a person as well. I feel like when you watch Nas in interviews, he's just like never changed. He's always felt authentic. He's always felt like he's just so
yeah,
true to his word, true to his like honor in a way, true to his craft. He's never like switched up. I feel like that's why a
Hmm.
lot of people respect
yeah,
Nas because he's just so like that's a proper legend, like someone who's been around for like years, who's still sick, who's
yeah.
never like sold himself out. Not that Jay Z has like sold himself out, but you can
He
see
hasn't really
that Jay
followed
Z
trends, has he?
during his career has followed some trends, maybe.
Yeah, I agree with that for sure. Yeah.
All right, let's do another one then. What's one they always ask? Pharrell or Kanye?
I'm gonna say Kanye.
Fuck, that's a hard one. Kanye.
If we're just talking music.
But see, this is the thing because all the guests always try and like spin it. Like, first they'll be like, "Are we talking about music? Are we talking about impact? Are we
Yeah,
talking about dress sense?" You know what I mean? They
Yeah,
always try and get into it.
yeah. I'm
but
gonna go
it's just
Pharrell
whatever it
on that
means
one.
to you. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
100%.
yeah. What about you, Ocean?
Who you saying on that?
Pharrell. I'll say
Pharrell.
Pharrell. It's a
Yeah, me
tough
too.
Wow.
one. Yeah, I'll say Pharrell though.
I'd
Okay.
say Pharrell
Respect
just
it.
because of like obviously the music, but like because he had like the skating brand as well. That was kind of that's a big turning point for me. He had so many summer hits growing up. So yeah, just as a vibe overall,
Yeah, you
he's
did,
just
man.
like I don't know, does it for me. Yeah.
All right, let's go.
What else we
Let
got?
me let me throw another one out there. Um, let's say I'll do a UK one. I'll say Potter Paper or Fredo.
I'm gonna say Fredo.
Mm.
Man, I can't even lie. I don't really listen to either, so I haven't really got a solid opinion on either. Um, yeah, it's a tough one.
I'll have to say
What are you
I'll say
saying?
Potter for that one.
What about you, Jay?
I think just because I probably listen to him more, so I'd say Potter. But I do like them both. Lil
Okay, what
Baby
about
or
making
Lil Wayne.
beats in a studio or making beats at home?
Mm.
Oh, Lil Wayne. That's an easy one.
Yeah, it is. Can't lie.
Yeah, same Lil Wayne.
I feel like it depends who you ask. I was thinking maybe like
Eminem.
people these days, like younger
Yeah,
people, are thinking Lil Baby because it's what they know. But we grew up on Lil Wayne, did we? So of course it's Lil
Lil
Wayne.
Baby. Yeah, yeah. What about Eminem or 50 Cent?
Ooh.
I was just about to say 50 Cent very quickly, but then I was like, wait.
Wait.
I think I'll have to take it. If there was a shot, I'd probably take a shot on this one.
That's a good point.
It's a tough one.
Uh,
What about you, Jay?
Thinking it would most likely be a shot for that one. But if I don't know actually, if I like really had to pick, then maybe Eminem because I feel like he just had a bigger impact in a way. Although they both just had massive impacts, but you know when like Eminem dropped his first like couple
I know.
albums, like nobody had heard
Yeah.
anything like that, and it was like everyone was trying to be Eminem. People were like dyeing their hair blonde.
Yeah.
Like everyone was changing the way they rap. He just flipped the whole game upside down, didn't he? So
Yeah.
I can't lie. Maybe I'd have to give it to like M,
And then, yeah, 50
but
Cent was just
very
like an
slightly.
anthem maker. But then,
Yeah,
yeah, very close. Because,
yeah. I
yeah, they
think
both
I
have their
think he had a
own,
bigger impact
they
on
just
me
both
like growing
created
up.
like their own massive moment.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah, 100%. But I'd say 50 for me, just for the same reason, just childhood. It's just childhood mainly, isn't it? That's what it boils down to. Like, what rapper
Oh, of course,
was you just obsessed with when you were a kid, or maybe not obsessed, but just listen to the most. Yeah.
definitely.
What did
I know
you ask a
Ocean. You
minute
just asked
ago,
before,
Ocean? Did
didn't
you
you?
say
You
making
said
beats in the studio or making beats
At home.
at home? Studio, probably. I don't know.
I'm gonna say home. You know,
Depends what mood I'm in. But home. What about you, Ocean?
Mm.
By yourself or with someone? Like at home, or which one?
I just yeah. I mean,
Well,
I
true. I guess
definitely
if you're
feel
in the
like I
studio,
make
you're
my
usually
best
with
music
people,
when I'm
right?
at home by
Yeah.
myself. Although we have like made some sick music in sessions with people because it's good to bounce ideas off each other and you get inspired by other people. But I do feel like I've made my best
I was gonna
music
say,
Yeah.
what are you
at
trying to
home.
say, Jay?
But
All
then I
those
also don't know
sessions
if
we've
that's
all done
because I've
together.
spent. Nah, I don't. I also like. I don't know if my answer is valid because I'm at home way more than I'm at sessions. So it's like, of course, I've made better music here because 95% of the music I've made has been at home. So maybe if the time was equally split between like studio
Yeah.
sessions and home, then I could make a better call on that. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like home, man. How
Yeah,
about
that's a
you?
good point.
I'm gonna say both on that one as well. It's tough. I'm
Yeah,
trying to
it's very
think like
tough.
which one do I really like? Because I love making beats at home, but then I really do enjoy collabing with people too.
Yeah,
Just give me 1 sec. Sorry, what someone's at the door.
would be
Okay, what
another good
about
one.
Biggie versus Tupac?
Ooh, that's a good one. That always comes up as well, doesn't it? Um,
Yeah.
I'd say I think just from what I personally listened to growing up, maybe Biggie. I feel like I could listen to Biggie more growing up than I did with Pat, but when I got a bit older, then I started appreciating Pac a lot more as well. I feel like it was just so different because Pac just stood for a lot more than music, didn't he? Like he was just a bit deeper than that. I guess Biggie did as well. But yeah, I
Hmm.
don't know. Growing up, I probably listened to Biggie more. I can't lie, but I do really like them both. So that's always a tough one. How about you?
So would that be a shot for you?
Nah, I'll say Biggie. I'll say Biggie just because I know I listened to him more when I was growing up. So I'd have to give it to him.
Yeah, I would say Biggie. I'm a fan of Tupac, but I'm a fan of Tupac for more of his brand and who he was rather than his music.
Yeah.
But Biggie, I think he's like one of the best rappers. I'm a huge
Hmm.
fan of his music. Like I used to listen to that a lot
Yeah.
when I was
Yeah.
a teenager. I used to bang out his albums.
Yeah. But I do think Pac's
To
got
be fair, I used to bang
potentially
out
the
Tupac
best
as
diss
well,
track of
but
all time.
Biggie one just hit more.
Mm.
Which one?
Hit him up. Fucked your bitch, you fat
Yeah,
motherfucker.
100%.
That's just so
Yeah,
classic, man.
nah, definitely the best one.
Yeah.
Who you picking on that LB?
Yeah, I'd go Biggie as well, to be fair. Just because of this, just musically, just I don't know. I listen to his music way more than I listen to Tupac's. So yeah, Biggie.
What about Wu Tang or Mob Deep? Even though it's a whole
I'm gonna
group
say
versus
Mob
two.
Deep.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
I was more of a Mob Deep fan when I was younger. I
Yeah,
didn't really listen to Wu Tang too much.
Didn't you? I listened to them
yeah,
both a lot. I can't
Just
lie.
never really got into it.
I had like all the albums growing up, so I did actually listen to them both a lot. But
Hmm.
I don't know. Maybe maybe Mob Deep. Yeah, maybe Mob Deep. That's a, or it could even be
yeah.
a
I'd say
shot, that
Mob
one.
Deep.
I don't know. I'm kind of going back, but I might take a shot.
Shot of coffee.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay,
Shot of Pepsi.
actually, no, because you don't do that. I'm trying to think of like some more quick time ones, but more production related.
Yeah, it's
Um,
tough. It's
Cooking
tough
up
to do
on a
producers
laptop,
because it's not like a
or
massive list.
what was I gonna say? Cooking up. Yeah, cooking up. I
Versus
guess that's what we were talking about earlier. I
versus
was gonna say like being on a
um
laptop and
desktop.
being like traveling around, or being in like studio at home, like on a desktop. So yeah, like traveling and cooking up, or having your home
All
set up.
right, VSTs or actually recording stuff like piano and guitar and
I'm gonna
live
say
instruments.
VSTs. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm gonna say VSTs.
Yeah, I can't like VSTs for
VSTs
me.
apart from guitar.
I rarely
That's what I'd
record
say.
stuff out.
Just mainly just because of the ease and how quick they are,
Yeah,
Hmm.
and how you can. Yeah, no, recording stuff in is cool as well. You can never go wrong. But I just think VST workflow is just way more quicker for me,
yeah,
Yeah, no, 100%.
and I like a fast workflow.
yeah.
Fruity soft
I'd say the
clipper or
same,
the
but the
classic
only
clipper?
exception is just guitars.
What's that?
Free soft clipper, I think.
Fruity
Oh
soft
shit, my
clipper
battery.
or the
One sec.
T-Rex classic clipper? Do you still use the fruity
I'm gonna
soft
go
clipper,
soft
LB?
clipper. I did use the classic clipper, but I did a few sessions with Ellis Lost, and he convinced me to go
Hmm.
back to the soft clipper. I don't know why.
Oh, really?
I've just gone back to the soft clipper now. Yeah,
I
yeah.
might pull it up again,
It's a tough one.
because the classic clipper is just there constantly. I just always use it, but maybe I need to do some more sound tests and see what starts hitting harder.
Yeah,
Do you have a clipper in Logic? Is there a
yeah.
stock clipper?
Ellis thinks the soft clipper.
Something like it, but it's not called a soft clipper. You can add this plugin called Overdrive on the master, which is more like a distortion plugin, but it
Mm,
works somewhat similar to a soft clipper, but it's not as good.
yeah,
And there
I
is
guess
actually
I.
another one called Fat FX or something, but I've never been able
Mm,
to use it to get it to hit like soft clipper. But I know some producers who use that.
Did you
right.
use the T Rex
So what
in
do you keep
Logic?
on your master these
T Rex
days?
classic clipper.
Yes, I got the TX clipper that I use sometimes, but in the new Logic, there's an AI mastering tool.
Mm,
Oh,
So you
sick.
just turn it on. It's like stock and it's always there on the master. So you just turn it on and it will analyze your track and master it. The only thing is, it does sound super clean, but the bass is not as hard.
yeah,
That's what I've
I,
noticed
f-
so far.
I found that
But
with
if I want
tools
to
like
make like
that.
a hard trap beat,
Hmm.
yeah, no, I was just gonna say if I want to make like a hard trap beat, I'll put the TRX clipper on. But also to kind of get it to hit like FL, I have to do loads of EQ in and a few more other plugins just to get it to smack.
Yeah,
It's not as like simple as, oh, I just throw this soft clipper on and everything sounds sick. No,
Oh, really?
yeah.
but I feel people have got used to that soft clipper sound. That's why it's so popular. Like all the tracks have like an element of soft clipper on it to make it have that, like that hard hitting sound that
That
everyone's used
punch.
to with trap
Like,
beats now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that
Do
kind
you,
of that punchy crunch kind of feeling.
do you know what? Saying that though, like I did this. I mean, I guess it's not the same, but I was listening to like my beats in my car, and then I switched straight to
Hmm.
like a Wheezy produced song, and like I feel like when you make a beat and bounce it, the 808s are always too heavy or like heavier compared to like the song that's been finished. You know, like Hot by Young Thug and Gunna or whoever it was. Yeah, like that song, it hits hard if you listen to it, but then when you compare it to like a beat you've made, like my 808s will hit way harder because it's not been fully mastered yet. But you in your ear, you're like, okay, the
Mm.
808, his 808s are hitting the hardest. But do you know what I mean? It's kind of hard to explain, but
Yeah.
yeah,
No, yeah, I hear what you're saying.
It's just a whole other process once vocals are on there
yeah, it's kind of
and once someone's
so weird.
mastered it as well. Because they've got to do so much to the vocals. So they have to like bring down the 808 and everything like after we've exported it just to save room on the master, and then they'll have like a whole mastering
Yeah,
chain that will affect it. It just sounds so different to just making a beat. Like a
hmm,
lot of engineers, like when I've spoken to like engineers that work with labels a lot and who are actually working with like stems who are like mixing and mastering tracks, like they kind of hate this whole like soft clipped era because they feel like people are just losing sonics. It's like everyone's just using like downloading an MP3 and a WAV or a WAV and just recording straight on top of that and then throwing it out there. Whereas like engineers like to make sure that people are working with
yeah, yeah.
stems and everything's
It's
sounding
pretty
like
much
clean.
for the
You know what I
most
mean?
part it is.
Like they don't like it.
Yeah, yeah. No, I hear that. I mean, when I did this, I know it's a while ago, but when I did the Shorty Shorty one, the only file I sent to him was the MP3. They never asked for stems or anything, so they literally just used an MP3, recorded it, mastered it,
You
threw
used
it
it
out
with the
there.
MP3. That's mad.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
like an engineer's nightmare.
Do you know what Young Ads used, Ocean, when you got that placement? Did you just send the MP3 for that?
I didn't. I wasn't involved. I have no idea. I just sent my loop to the other producer who added the drums. So I guess they just worked with that.
Right.
But I
I
low
can't
key
lie
think
though.
that the loop might have even been slightly out of tune because when I hear it back, it sounds very off. Like my
Hmm.
guitar strings were just not on.
Hmm. Did you
Was
tune
it
the guitar before you
purposeful?
recorded it? Do you
Detune?
remember?
No, it definitely wasn't purposeful. It was one of the times. It was like very early in the beginning of me learning the guitar. So when I opened up the project recently, everything is cut because I played it literally one by one.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
It's like the chord changes would be like record,
Yeah, yeah. Like
put
punch
it
ins.
together.
Got ya. I can't lie, whenever I've sent a track with stems to an engineer, I've never really liked what's come back. Because when you're making a beat, like you were saying, LB before, like you get everything hitting so hard, and then you send it to someone, and obviously, yeah, you need to leave room for the vocals, and things change when vocals are on there. But I don't know, just whenever I wish there was just a way to like
They just flatten it
keep
out.
that,
Yeah.
yeah, every like the kick especially. Whenever I hear kicks when they come back, because we don't use limiters on our beats, we'll use clippers, and it obviously just rounds it off, and we get that nice distortion. But then once vocals are on there, then on the master they've got like ozone, like a limiter and everything. It just feels like the kick's so flat. It's like we really lose that
Yeah.
crunch of the kick. But that I guess
Yeah.
that's what separates like an amateur engineer to a professional one that's still managing to keep that punch whilst having
Yeah,
the vocals on
definitely.
there as well.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Like you could listen to I know someone that stands out. I don't know who engineers him, but whenever I listen to like a Don Toliver song, like the
Mm,
beat always sounds, and Travis Scott, like the beat always sounds like it's Mike Dean, I guess, isn't it? But the beat always sounds
yeah,
amazing, and the vocals are they're just like inside the beat, but they still sound present. It's like I don't know how they get it sounding so glued together as one, but it's only with like a select few artists that you can really tell.
yeah, 100%. Here's one for you on a random question. What are some producer red flags that you've been seeing? like stuff that you see, maybe some pet peeves or just some red flags from like producer behavior.
Yeah, in what way? What do you mean? Stuff
Like
that
for
they'd say
some
to us, or like
examples, it might
stuff that?
be people spamming DMs. It might be people criticizing other people's beats on social media, saying, "No, you should have used this snare. That snare's weak," or just anything like that. Any type of like behavior that you see.
Back. What's it called?
Backseat producing.
Backseat
Producers are
producing.
annoying, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
backdoor. Yeah,
that's definitely
Backdoor
annoying. Oh,
producing.
you should
pause.
have used this kick or whatever. Yeah, that's definitely annoying.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's that. I guess it's just the standard stuff like
I see.
spamming in DMs, like let's collab, bro, or like let's work,
Mm.
um, or like not knowing the business end of stuff with loops. That's kind of annoying. Um, what else? Yeah, that's probably about it, really.
I think that probably is the main one in it. Just like backseat producing and or any kind of like hate like that. Yeah, but backseat producing is the worst one, especially when it's online. Like you'll see someone just post a beat and then people are criticizing the beat, like saying, "Oh, I would have done this or you should have done that," and like I find that really weird, man. When it's like when there's really no rules to cooking
Yeah,
up, and usually you just make the beats that you want to make. Everyone's gonna have different taste. Like I've had those comments before, like
Yeah,
I would
for
have used a
sure.
different snare. I'm like, who cares, man? I saw one the other day that
And
was, I think, yeah, it was Image Line. They posted a video of me because I did a video for them in UVI. And I think in the video, I added reverb to one of my instruments, and one of the comments was, he lost me when he added reverb directly on the instrument, something like that. He was basically saying you can't watch me because I didn't set up a reverb bus and route the instrument to the reverb bus and do it that way. So just because I
oh
added
my
reverb to
days.
like directly to the instrument, that's what lost him. Like that type of stuff is just wild.
that's so nuts when you think about it.
Yeah, that is so
Yeah.
silly. It producers are the worst, man. Like I watched a DJ Payne one video about something similar to that, and it was about like producers using samples and one shots and like recycled sounds and loops and stuff, and he was reading a comment that someone left on one of DJ Payne's videos. It was something like, "Man, I hate producers nowadays. Like, there's no authentic producers. Why can't we have it? Why can't we have it like it used to be back in the day when people used to create everything from scratch and like there was no, just dragging in loops and stuff and like using one shots, and then."
Mm.
He completely went against like the whole origin of hip hop and like how you actually produce, and it just made no sense
Yeah,
whatsoever because that's always been that's literally hip hop is sampling using drum breaks from other songs, using claps from different genres and melodies and all of that. So like yeah, his point was that like everything was made 100% from scratch when it just wasn't. So yeah,
If
just,
anything,
I
I
don't
feel
know
like
why
it's the other
people
way now.
feel so happy, so like on their high horse about that. Like, what? Why is that so important? Why does that? I don't know. Maybe some producers get some sort of self worth from that kind of thing. Like, I made everything from scratch, but I do think that's just a weird attitude to have.
Yeah.
yeah,
And I
yeah,
could probably
definitely.
bet if you listen to that producer's beats, they're probably kind of dead. Like just because he's making something from scratch doesn't mean it's
Yeah, yeah,
amazing. Like people use loops because people have different skill
exactly.
sets, and it's like someone might be able to play the guitar perfectly, which you could never accomplish in a VST. So we use a loop because the end result's going to be amazing.
Hmm.
But I do feel like I feel like it's probably even the other way around now. I feel like people are making more stuff from scratch now compared to when hip hop first came about, because now everything's so accessible. You can pull up a VST and create
Yeah,
a
with
whole melody with it.
VSTs,
Whereas
like
before, yeah, early hip hop days, you'd literally like grab a sample from one record, a drum break from another record, and put it together. So you haven't really made anything from scratch. You just put two things together, and that was hip hop
yeah,
basically. So reality is we're probably making stuff from scratch more than ever right now.
more now, yeah, and way more technical ability because we've got like inside of your door. It's just kind of limitless as to what you can do. There's so many so many different workflows, so many different ways of making
Yeah.
music. Whereas before it was literally just having to cut stuff and glue it together. Whereas now you can literally just do anything really.
Yeah, literally. Just be a better
Yeah.
world if everyone just let everyone cook up however they wanted to cook up.
Yeah.
Cook up in
Yeah. Leave
peace,
us alone,
man.
man.
No restrictions.
That's how it should be.
Yeah.
But it's never the people that are
I
doing
guess
well
because we
that are
make
happy with their own productions and sound that are criticizing other people. It's
yeah,
always the people that are probably just annoyed
exactly.
at where they are, that they haven't had some sort of success, that their reason for not having success is because, oh, I just make everything from scratch. These guys only have success because they use loops.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's that sort of mindset.
Yeah, trying to find an excuse or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
100%.
Maybe. And do you think maybe it's it's
But
just that
there's
like
literally, as I
unwillingness
always
to?
say,
Sorry, Ocean.
yeah, I was just gonna say, I always say, there's just no rules, man.
Yeah.
Literally no rules. You can do anything.
Yeah.
The one I remember, I watched Mike Will hold down one key. He
Oh,
just
I
held
know what
down
you
one
mean.
key on an
Yeah.
ARP and
Mm.
made a hit. And from that video, that honestly, that video is almost like, I don't want to say life changing, but it definitely just changed my mindset. It's just like
Yeah.
he did that, held down one key, sounded sick, made a hit,
Yeah.
most viral song of 2016.
What song was it?
I think, or at least
Was that
top
the
five
race?
anyway.
Was it
And
the
from then, I was just like,
Was it the Ray Shrummed song? Ray Shrummed.
anything can
Can't pronounce
happen.
his name.
It's the Black Beatles song.
Black Beatles. Yeah. 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 It's just
Oh,
one,
The
literally
is that
main
one
what it
key,
melody, the
is?
wasn't it?
riff, do 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 do
Yeah.
do 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 do.
And
That's
then the
just lit.
just
It's an ARP in a VST.
yeah,
Oh, that's
and it was
crazy.
like a really basic VST as well. And even the drums were like so basic, like super basic.
Literally like 3-4 tracks max.
Yeah.
That's mad. I need to watch that.
Crazy, man. Even I know the sample was kind of complex, but Mafia by Travis Scott, I saw the beat breakdown for that, and that was like I think it's like 3 or 4 sounds in the percussion, and then an 808, and then just like a 1/5 sample. But yeah, even that was like crazy simple.
Guess anything's possible, man.
Mental.
Yeah.
Yep. 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 But then I guess you can go to the other end of the spectrum, which is equally as satisfying when you see someone like Al Hug breaking down a sample, and he's like, "Yeah, I put these chords in, but then I like ran it through tape and did all this crazy stuff to it, and
Mm.
then I added like there's like so many different elements and sections to it. So there's the whole other end of the spectrum,
Yeah.
which is
I always
that's just
change my
crazy.
mind
I think
so
that's like
much
a
when I see
producer's
stuff
wet
like
dream
that.
when it's like a big song that's been made like with crazy layers like that.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But yeah, my mind does always change because some days I have those things where I'm like, nah, keep everything simple. Um, doesn't matter. But then, yeah, you'll see a video like that with someone just breaking down a crazy sample where there's so many layers, and I'm like, nah, my melodies are shit. Like, look how much this guy's doing. Like, that's what I need to be doing. And then next day again, you watch something that's so simple, and it's like, nah, melodies need to be simple. Let's go back to this. So it
Yeah.
really fluctuates, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does, man. It's like anything, isn't it? It's just waves of, you know, methods of cooking up, waves for, I don't know, YouTube content, all that kind of stuff. Just waves, isn't it?
Yeah. No, 1,000%.
Yeah.
But yeah, boys, that might be
Just
a
a
good
little
time to finish it.
segue. I'm gonna have to shoot off in a minute, but I was gonna ask, did you guys see the? Yeah, I was just gonna ask, did you guys see the boxing of the weekend?
I saw the
I didn't
knockout.
watch it, but I
I didn't
saw
watch
that
it.
Usyk won.
Well, not the knockout. I
Yeah.
saw him getting
Oh, where he
knocked
fumbled
down.
him. I don't think he knocked him out, but yeah, yeah. A lot of people are saying that the ref saved him though, because like in any other fight, if you got wobbled like that, the ref would step in just so you didn't get hurt even more.
Yeah.
But he just let the clock run down and let him recover. So
Because they've
yeah, it's a
seen
good
him
fighter.
resurrect before. Remember that video? I can't remember who he was fighting, but it looked like he was knocked out, and then his eyes just open, and he gets up like the Undertaker. Because they've probably seen him do that before. They probably thought,
Yeah,
"Nah, he's
yeah,
cool, man."
yeah, Yeah, that's true. Yeah, but yeah, he got spanked. I mean, there's a few good rounds, fairly even, but there was a few rounds where he was getting absolutely spanked.
Hmm.
There's going to be a rematch though, right?
I think so. Yeah, it just depends if either of them want to do it, because it was like undisputed. There's no like solid rematch clause for either fighter. There's no like proper A side. So, but yeah, there should be a rematch. But yeah, do you think it's a good time to wrap up? I might have to shoot off.
Guess we should wrap it up here.
Yeah,
Yeah, 100%. Well, yeah, apologies for the delay on this one, everyone. I know there was like a
Cool.
big 10-second delay whenever I was speaking. Just internet problems. So we'll be back on track next week. Hopefully it wasn't too painful.
yeah,
All right, man.
yeah.
Well, yeah,
All right,
appreciate you
boys.
watching, everyone. We'll
Peace.
see you in the next one.